Alright, today we are going to continue this chapter 10, which is communication and network concepts. So in this first lecture of this communication and network concepts, we are going to study network topologies. Okay, the different network topologies. Alright, first of all, let us try to define what is network topology. Network topology simply means that it is the pattern or the way of connection between the different nodes or the different computers in the network. As I have shown you here, we can connect different computer in a circular manner, as you have seen like this, or ring manner, and we can also connect different computers in the form of star, as you can see in this diagram, and we can also connect different computers in a single line, which is a line topology, or it may be in the form of a bus like this. So these are the different network topologies. Network topologies simply means the connection of different networks or the pattern of connections. Alright, that is known as network topologies. Alright, I'll mute addition because there is some noise coming in from there. Alright, so when we say network topology, it means the way or the pattern of interconnection between different computers or different devices in the network. Okay, in Mizo, computer chang computer network can connect dan ka network topologies ani maye in huangin circular manner angin connect heya ani lo le alay apakadaw mga alay trangin computer dang song in kan connect heya to star topology and ya heng ho hi network topologies ti na chu ani mai a details o kin kan zero don ani ain dotin. Alright, now let's go to the next slide. When you are going to set up a computer network, for example, you have to consider the following things in mind so that you can set up the network with minimum cost but the best possible topologies. Okay, so the first things that you have to consider is cost, cost. You should try to minimize the number of money spent for setting up that computer networks. Okay, such as the material cost or the cable cost or the installation cost, etc. You have to minimize. Then the next one is flexibility. The topology should follow easy reconfiguration of networks, or upgrading or expanding the network should be easy. So that is known as flexible. Another one is reliability. While choosing network topology, you have to keep in mind that your computer network should be reliable. Okay, if it is not a reliable network, you will have many problems, data loss, and communication cannot be established, or different types of problems. So in order to minimize that, you have to consider these things. Okay, Mizo trangin claim hansoi le ta ila network topologies ka internet computer network engineer ilaw ni ta network ka ilaw setup don ta ni chuta chuan eng ang in nge ka connect ang ti i ngai to don chuan ama saberin poisa sen claim the ang ber tur chu ngai to tur ani adol le chuan flexibility om je chu isum don na te lo pungin in network khalo tilian don ta se khami huna khan all sam takati len thei ani na turin a flexible turani. Next chuan reliability chu I computer network kha arin tlak turani a reliable dawa a chiat fowa thil che sang kha problem athen fo chuan kha computer network kha achadon lawa chu wang chuan reliability hi apai mo bokani. I hope you understand. So let me go to the next slide. Before you talk about the different types of network topology, I want to quickly point out point-to-point links. Okay, when we say point-to-point links, it implies that there should be the transmitter as well as the receiver. Okay, the transmitter transmit, which is to be received by only single receiver, and each single receiver can also transmit back to another device. But the characteristics is that each station receives exactly from one transmitter, and its transmitter transmit exactly to one receiver. Okay, this diagram is taken from your textbook. As you can see, X is the transmitter that transmit and Y is the receiver, and on the other hand, Y can become the transmitter and X can become the receiver. The point here is there can be only one transmitter and there can be only one receiver. Okay, this type of network is known as point-to-point network. Okay, point-to-point network. I hope you understand. Now let's go to the different topologies in detail. The first topology that we have to talk about is star topology. In star topology, each node is connected directly to the central network hub or the concentrator. Alright, the hub, nowadays hub is not used anymore. We usually use switch or routers or something like that. So but the switch or the hub or the routers manages and control all the functions of the network. I'll show you the diagram, a small diagram. As you can see in the small diagram, this is your modem. Let us say this is your modem, or this is your hub, this is your switch, or this is your routers nowadays, a Wi-Fi router. From here, all the connected computers cables are joined, or it may be through Wi-Fi. Okay, these types of computer network is known as network topology. Here the central hub is the main, it controls everything. Okay, this is known as star topology. What are the advantages of star topology? It is very easy to install, and wearing is also very easy, and no disruption to the network when connecting or removing devices. For example, if you have 2 or 3 computers at home, you connect to your routers through a cable or something like that. Even though you plug off one cable, your network will not be disturbed. Okay, no disruptions, and it is easy to detect fault and to remove parts. Okay, for example, if one computer cannot access the network, that means there is some problem in that cable. Okay, that specific computer cable, that is known as easy to detect fault and to remove parts. And the disadvantages are it required more cable length than a linear topology. It required more cable as compared to point-to-point or linear topology. And if the central hub fails or the central router fails, the entire network will be down. That is the disadvantages. I hope you understand. Now let's go to the next one. The next one is bus or linear topology. It uses a single cable to connect all the workstations or computer. One long cable acts as the backbone. As I have said, I will show you the picture here. The backbone to link all the devices in the network. See, in this topology, we have bus. This is the main cable, which is known as the bus cable or the coaxial cable. And that main cable or that main bus will have the terminator. The terminator means the end of the cable. Okay, the end of the cable. This part is the terminator, and it is the end of the main cable. And these computers are known as the client computers or the nodes, which are connected to the central main cable. Alright, this type of computer network is known as bus topology or linear topology. Let's study what are the advantages and the disadvantages. Okay. The advantages include it is easy to connect and install, and it involves a low cost installation time, and it can be easily extended. And the disadvantages include the entire network shut down if there is a failure. Okay, if there is a failure in the central cable. All right, if the central cable fails, all the network will not be able to access the internet, and only a single message can travel at a time. Okay, since they are sharing the same cable, only a single message can travel at one time, even though it is possible to share. Okay, these are some of the disadvantages. The fault finding is also difficult. If there is some problem in the network, it is very difficult to locate which part of the network is at fault. All right, so this is known as the bus or the linear topology. Now let's go to the next topology again. The next topology is ring topology or circular topology. In this ring or circular topology, its node is connected exactly its node is exactly connected to two other nodes in the form of a ring or circle, and data travel only in one direction. You have to remember that in this ring or circular topology, data traveled only in one direction. All right, this is the way of connecting computers in a ring or circular topology. I hope it's clear. And the advantages and disadvantages include the advantages: each computer has equal access. There is no server, there is no client. There is no computer having super authority or administrative power, but each computer have equal right. All right. In addition, addition of computer is easy. That means extending or upgrading the network is very easy. Cable requirement is also less as compared to others. But the disadvantages include if one node failed, it cannot travel in that fail node. Okay, it has to find another way. All right, and it is difficult to locate the problem. If there is some problem in the network, it is very difficult to find, and reconfiguration of the network is also difficult. These are the disadvantages in the ring or circular topology. I hope it's clear. Now let's go to the another topology, which is known as tree topology. I hope you know I hope you can guess the shape of the tree topology from the name. The shape of the tree topology look like a tree. Okay, it's look like a tree with the central branching and sub branching. Data transmission is like a bus topology. As you can see, suppose this is the root of the tree, and this is the central main bus, and there are some nodes like a tree sub branches, and there is also another node, and it is also extended like this, and here is also another computer like that. So this is known as a tree topology. Advantages of disadvantages includes the advantages are point-to-point wiring for individual segment. Its branches. Wow, I am almost running out of time in my Zoom. I thought that I'm having 40 minutes time. No, more than 40 minutes time. But anyway, so we almost finished about the topology. So point-to-point wiring for individual segments are also possible, supported by several hardware and software vendors. Okay, if the backbone lines breaks, the entire segment goes down. More difficult to configure as compared to other topologies. These are the advantages and disadvantages of tree topology. Now, the last type of topology that I want to talk with you today is the mesh topology. Okay, each node is connected to more than one node to provide an alternative route in case the host is either down or too busy. Okay, and it provides extensive backup routings and pass-through capabilities. This is ideal for distributed network. When you say distributed network, it is a network of different networks. Okay, it is a collection of network, we can say in a simple English terms. Okay, so I'll show you the picture and then it will be clear. uh, in mesh topology, we have fully connected mesh where all the computers are connected to each other. As you can see here, uh, this computer is connected to all other computer in the network. Same as this computer is also connected to all other computers in the network. So this is fully mesh topology, and this is partially mesh where the cable is also there are many lines of connection between it, but it is not fully connected. As you can see, this computer is connected to this and this and this, but this is not connected to this and this. Okay, this is partially mesh. Okay, so this mesh topology is the most reliable, especially the fully mesh topology is the most reliable, and it is usually used in scientific networks and military applications. All right, the advantages and disadvantages. Its connection carry its own data loads, and it is robust and provide security and privacy. Fault diagnosis is easy. And disadvantages is configuration and installation is difficult. There will be they need to spend a lot of money for cable. Okay, and wiring required is also very large. All right, but this type of network is very reliable. We can say that it is for tolerance. Okay, so um, let me repeat the different factors that you have to consider while setting up a network. If the computer network is very important, you have to choose a fully connected topology, mesh topology, a fully connected mesh topology. Okay, but if money or the cost is a factor, you have to choose the least expensive. Okay, the least expensive. uh, Bus topology is the least expensive, but fully connected mesh is the most expensive. And if the cable length is a problem, you have to choose linear bus, which use shorter cable length. But if you are thinking about the future growth of your computer network, you may choose star topology because it supports easy expansion. All right? And for these types of network, um, communication media UTP may be used. UTP means unshielded twisted pair. Unsealed, SHIELD, unsealed twisted pair. Okay, UTP means unsealed twisted pair cable may be the most the most common choice, let's say. Do you have any questions?